There is a need of project management from a digital point of view that was never there before, because now the whole sectors, but not only oil and gas, but all the sectors of industry and in general are changing, and they are becoming more digitalized, more in need of a strong IT knowledge, because even starting from the worker at site to the manager, everybody needs to know how to properly interact with digital devices or IoT or specific programs. So the skills that we have to achieve as a society is to be able to fully integrate our daily lives with these new technologies.
We need different people than we had in the past. Our refinery is an old refinery. Many of our colleagues are beyond 60 years, and now with the new project we are attracting young people, young engineers, and certainly their expectation to work in the environment is a completely different one. And we have set up mentorings where the old guys, the experienced operational guys, are sitting next to the youngsters, and the youngsters are the change drivers. They are open to and they want to apply digital methods in the field, and we need these skills. Now, as we have a running project with a big EPC contractor, we apply these digital methods and technologies already in the construction, in the engineering, procurement, construction project. And it shows that this is a different way of working, because digitalization means that we are creating a transparency that the older generation does not know from their business. You cannot hide anything anymore. And this means we are working towards a cultural change where we have trust and transparency and not that hierarchical thinking anymore. So also from the leadership, it means a different approach, more on an eye-level collaborative working. This is what is needed. Rather than the classic traditional way of I'm the boss, I know everything, and I decide. So both from leadership as well as from staffing, it's a completely different way of working, and it's a culture change.
I think you really have to look at people who have got that deep domain thinking, people who are really good at crafting AI prompt, scripting capabilities. A diverse thought process is also very important.
A change is something I've been going through all my life. But basically, I started off with when computers were actually hardly used by anyone except for places like NASA and other things like that. But now they're actually in everyday life. And in my world, in the oil and gas world, which is where I mainly come from, computers are responsible for everything. So that's one form of change. But even now, the revolution's continuing. You know, with digital twin and all these other digital enterprises that we're working with. And for a leader to lead that, you need to have a focus. You need to know what are you trying to achieve. I think that you should always start with where are you trying to get to, and not trying to start off with a box and then say, oh, well, I can apply it for that. You start off with the problem, know your problem, and then from that problem, work backwards from that and find the solution that's most appropriate for that particular thing. And do not get deflected by particularly people trying to sell you systems and computers and this and that software and whatever software. Focus on what you're trying to achieve. Do not get deflected by side people, side issues. Focus. And to make a good leader is to then bring your team with you. You can't do this alone. Many people think they can, but they actually can't. You must bring your team with you. So you need to engage with them first. You set up a critical set of rules of how you're going to execute this change, and you stick with it. You do not get deflected. and that's mainly a success that you'll achieve success that way.
For becoming an effective leader, I believe both empathy and also background in the knowledge of the business is important. So actually you should be somehow find a way to be on the shoes on the other side business unit to make it more digital. So the needs are, I think, the driving factor for digital solutions. So I think empathy should be a leader's most important attribute. And maybe also it should be aligned with your company's values so that everything you make is making value and also it's sustainable.